Okay, we're holding on page Beis Omed Beis Mesechta Makos 2b, 13 lines from the top, in middle of the Shiur. Omar Ula, the beginning of the Shiur begins with Mechaverto. Omar Ula, Ula said. We established that the two cases of the Mishnah that speaking about Eidim Zoimemin, that they do not get the punishment of what they wanted to do. The case Ben Gerusha Ben Chalutza, if they say to someone that he is a Kohen Cholol because he's a Ben Gerusha Ben Chalutza, we don't give them that they should become Chalolim. Why? Because it said in the Pasuk by Eidim Zoimimim V'asisem Loi Kasher Zomam La'asot. You should do to him, to them, to the Eidim, what they wanted to do to the other, but not to their children. Loi v'loi lezaroi. And the second case also about when they accuse someone that he killed someone b'shoigeg and he should go to Golus. Hein, don't go to Golus. Why? Because it says, Hu yonu selachas orim, he, the person that killed, but not who v'loi zoimemin, not edim zoimemin, they don't go. Okay, so now comes Ula and says, Omar Ula. Ula says, Remez leidim zoimemin minat Torah minayin. Where is the hint in the Torah for eidim zoimemin minayin? From where? Says the Gemoro. What? Remez leidim zoimemin? You are looking for a hint for eidim zoimemin? V'oksiv, it's a clear posuk in the Torah. It says, V'asisem loi kasher zomam. We mentioned it many times. The Eidim Zoimemin said, "Vasisem loi kasher zomam." You should do to them like they wanted to do. Elo, the Gemoro explains Ula's saying, "Remez leidim zoimemin sheloikin min haTorah minayin." Where is a hint in the Torah that Eidim Zoimemin get Malkus in a case when you cannot give them what they wanted to do, like in the Mishnah mentioned by Ben Gerusha Ben Chalutza, that they cannot make them for a Cholol, or in a case when they cannot, you don't send them to Golus. So how do you have a hint in the Torah that they are getting Malkus instead? Says Ula. The ksiv, because it said in the pasuk, we're gonna go to Parshas Kiseitze, and it says in the pasuk over there. Let's go to the screen over here. Ki yariv ben anoshim, when there's gonna be an argument, a fight between two people, v'nigishu ala mishpat u'shfatum, they're gonna come to the court, to the base, the Nushfotum, and they're going to be judged v'tzdiku es tzaddik, and they're going to justify the tzaddik, and they're going to be Shiur es Rosha, and they're going to make guilty the Rosha. The Torah continues, v'hoyo, and then im bin hakois Rosha, if he's going to be, the Rosha is going to be deserving to get hit, v'pilo ya shoifet, we call in front of the shoifet should bring in front of him, and he should hit him. K'dei rishosei b'mispor, he should hit him b'mispor, the number. Then the Torah continues, arboim yakenu, he should hit him 40, and we're already going to learn later, b'mispor arboim means less than 40, means 39. But anyway, so now the Gemoro Ula is going to pick on the following, on the phrase. Shvitztiko es hatzadik, v'yirshiu es harosha. Let's look inside the Gemoro again. Shvitztiko es hatzadik, v'yirshiu es harosha, v'hoyo im bin hakois harosha. So Ula is asking, mishum v'tztiko es hatzadik, v'yirshiu es harosha, v'hoyo im bin hakois harosha, because you make this one right and this one the rosha, v'hoyo, it's going to be in Bina Kois Rosh, is going to be deserving and to read and to get Makos. Meaning, usually when someone comes to a Din Torah, It's not if someone went in Avera and they come to the best. An Avera, the Chayv Malkus, okay. But usually is, you come to a Besdin, Reuven demands from Shimon that Shimon should give him money or anything else. And he comes to the Besdin, and the Besdin said, they say this one is right, well, Shiur and this one is wrong. Okay. This one is a tzaddik, this one is a Rosh. Fine. But what has to do with Malkus? Why v'hoyo being a case of Rosh? In the word of the Gemoro. Mishum mitzdikus a tzaddik v'shir a Rosh. Therefore, v'hoyo being a case of Rosh. How does it work? So, Elo, the pshat is not by Dayonim. We're not talking about a Dayonim. The judges decided that he's a tzaddik, he's a Rosh. No, we're talking about a different case. A case that is going to fit the words. Elo says, Ulam, we will have to say that the pshat is Eidim. Shir is a tzaddik. There's a set of Eidim that came here and a set false Eidus. And through their Eidus, they made a tzaddik to become a Rosh, but really it's a tzaddik. Then what happened? They also Eidim Achrini, and after this came other Eidim. And they said that this set Eidim, the liars, they were Muzam, they became Zoimimim, they said that what? They made back the tzaddik should be a tzaddik, the Mikoro, the tzaddik that was in the first place, the Mikoro from beginning. He was a tzaddik. They made him back for to be a tzaddik. V'shavinu lahani reshoim, and their Shiur Sarosho means v'shavinu lahani reshoim. They made this Eidim. They made them for reshoim. They made them because they are the reshoim. The Eidim zoimim. So what's the din in that case? V'hoyo im bina koi Sarosho. If you're going to be in a case that you cannot apply by them kasher zomam. Why? Because either they ask like a ben Gurusha ben Chalutz, or by they ask for Golus, and you can't apply to them. So in a case like that, you give them Malkus, v'hoyo im bin akois horosho. They're going to be deserving to be getting hit. Okay, ask the Gemoro. Why are you looking to find a remes for Eidim Zoyim the Chai Malkus? It's very poshut. But Teipuklei learned this out Miloisana from the posuk that we know that Eidu Sheker in Aseres Adibut that says Loisana Veriacho Eid Shoker, and a love Minatoire is Chai Malkus. Usually Eidim Zoyim mean you give them the punishment Kasha Zomam. But if you can't give Kasha Zomam, so give them so after all, I had a love. Loisana. So what are you looking to tell me? That I hope shot from Vitzikos Atzadik V'Shir Sarosha. You have a clear posuk. Loisana, the love. Answers the Gemoro, I cannot learn it from this love. Why? Mishum dehavi lav shein boi masa. This love of testifying Eidu Sheker is Dibu. They spoke. It's not Meiser. And a love shein boi Meiser, a love that does not have a Meiser, there's a rule that we're going to learn later in Elo and Aloikin, Yud Gimel Omid Beis, we're going to learn the love shein boi Meiser, says the Gemoro, v'chol love shein boi Meiser, every love that doesn't have a Meiser, ain't Loikin all of, we don't get Malkus. So therefore, you couldn't learn from Eloi Sana. The fact is, the Rishonim argue now by Emerson, from where do you really learn that they get Malkus? Do they learn from this B'tztikut Tzadik V'Shir Sarosha, the discourse of Eidim, or they really learn it from Loisana? The only problem is Loisana is the lav shein b'maisa. Comes now the Torah and it reveals B'tztikut Tzadik V'Shir Sarosha is really, it's going to apply on Loisana even though to lav shein b'maisa. Or they say no, lav shein b'maisa you can't learn. And Loisana would not give you, cannot tell you that you should hide Malkus. You learn it from B'tztikos Atzadik V'Shir Sarosha. The difference is going to be, as we're going to learn later, because in 2 pages from here, we see that there is Rabbi Yehuda that holds the lav shein boy ma'aser loikin olav. You just told me that you can't learn a lav min Torah from loisane. That you can't learn that the edim are chayv malchus, and that's why Ula has to come and learn it from Yitzchok Tzaddik v'Shir Serosha, that this goes not on judges but it goes on edim. But Rabbi Yehuda holds that lav shein b'ma'aser loikin olav. So why doesn't he learn from loisane? So by Emerson, in that we can answer that after the Torah revealed with Zikus Hasadik V'Yishir Serosha, that you do give Eidim Malchus, so we know that the lav shein b'ma'aser it loikin olav Rabbi Yehuda. By Emerson, and this that Ula says Remez Leidim Zoymemin, the Pnei Yeshua, and the Pnei Yeshua asks, why does Ula say Remez Leidim Zoymemin? It's only a hint. It's very clear. You can't apply with Stikos Atadik V'Shir Serosha that goes on Shoiftim, and judges, and Dayonim. So the only way is to put it in on Eidim, as we learned now, that the Eidim, it's the Eidim Zoymemin, they become the V'Shir Serosha. So, and it says clear, V'hoyo, in Bina Koi Serosha, they deserve to get Malchus whenever you can't give them Kasha Zomam. So, the Bishua answers have Enochanami. He has a few answers there, but the answer is going to be Poshet. That the bottom line is that doesn't say the word Eidim over there. It's through a limud. So, and Bechlal in Gemoro, they say the word Remez, even though it's pretty clear, but it's because it's not Mamish a Posuk, so he calls it the word Remez. But the Remez doesn't mean that it's only a far-fetched hint. And we learn Malchus, we learn to give Eidim Zoymemin when he cannot give them anything else. We learn from this Posuk. We still have a little bit of now that we established, understandable, the whole Mishnah, and we already know that why we give Malchus also, so we can go back to the first Tosfos, which is Bechlal Amayradik Shaila. The first Tosfos asks, we know a rule that we discussed it in the beginning, in the Hakdome for the Mesechta, and Eidus, that if there is a testimonial that you cannot be mazimet, meaning it could be 100% true, you trust them, they're verlässlich, you know, they're trustworthy, and you know that you really, everything is fine and good. But if the Eidus, you cannot get an hazoma on that, it's not an Eidus. For example, they don't remember the time, they don't remember the place, whatever it is, you will not eventually come from this Eidus and be mazim, then it's lechatchila not an Eidus. It's geht nicht. Bechlal, it doesn't work in the first place. So now the shaila is by Ben Gerusha Ben Chalutza. You just told me that he cannot make them. We don't say that they become. Or the same thing goes by Golus. You say you don't say that they get the Zomam. Says Toisus in the words in Toisus. Look in the first Toisus of the Mesechta. Teimo, fragt Toisus. Geben dem Husmo ein Nase Ben Gerusha Chalutza. Im Kein gam b'shelo Yosmo ich Nase al Piem Ben Gerusha. Doch Yemet v'amai Horav yelo Eidus yat yochel azimo. Why is the Eidus? Why would you trust them in the first place? The Eidus yochel azimo v'ein ze Eidus. Toisus has a few answers. First answer is, bottom line is they are getting Malchus. So yes, you could be mazim. You're mazim, and they get a punishment. They didn't get the hazoma that they wanted, but they were Muslim, they are Eidim Zoymemin, the Yochel Azimo, because they got Malchus. Tesis later, asks again, and then he answers Nocha to answer. He said, Oide Shloimer like this. The din of I'ato Yochel Hazimo, that applies only in any Eidus that you would be able to. And in this case, when they came to testify, and it's missing this component, you say, no, it's not an Eidus. But in the case of Ben Gerusha Ben Chalutza, or the case of Golus, the Posuk Asher Zomam doesn't go here, because it says clear, system loy daroy. But it says the Posuk Asher Zomam doesn't apply. If it doesn't apply, the din of Yat Yochel Azimah also doesn't apply. Okay. By the way, very interesting. The second choice was that we should mention it over here because we just finished the Chayv Malkus and on both cases. And Me'idim Onu Shechayv Golus, when they come Eidim and they say that he's Chayv Golus, why is he Chayv Golus? Because he killed someone b'shoigig. He can say, I killed b'mezid. If he said b'mezid or yisi, it doesn't go to Golus. Golus applies only if someone killed b'shoigig. If he said, I Chayv b'mezid, there was no azhora, there's no issue. But he said, like the Chayv b'mezid. So if you look at the second choice, Vim Toimar, Heichem Yicholim Lechayv Golus Beiduson. How can they be Chayv Golus? They're able to Yocholem amazed. You see, he was able to say, "I was amazed." The same thing if Eidim come and said, "You ate chaylev b'shoigeg, go bring a chotes." He said, "No, I was amazed." They can't be mechayev him. So why can they be mechayev over here? Tosis said in the last teretz, he said, I mean, the first answer he said, because they say we saw clearly that it fell off him. He couldn't say he made a mistake. He chopped wood and boom, and it fell off in the back. How can he say b'mezid? He didn't plan it, and it's really an accident. They say we know you were an accident. Push it. Then Tosis says more than that. Enochanami. He could say that, but the fact is, when he's quiet. Why is he quiet? Because he never killed. So he said, I didn't kill. So when you say you didn't kill, you're saying I wasn't amazed. Okay, fine. Now let's go weiter. We continue the second line from the white lines. Tonu Rabbonon. We learned in a Braise. There are 4 things that are being said by Eidim Zoymemin. The halacha from this Eidim Zoymemin are going to be different in 4 cases. Ein naasin ben grusha ben chalutza. Eidim Zoymemin that said about someone that ben grusha ben chalutza, they don't get this punishment that we know already. Second case is ve'ein goylin ore miklot. They do not go to Golus if they said about someone that killed b'shoigeg and it's chayv Golus, and then they were found to be Eidim Zoymemin. They don't go to Golus. And the third thing, ve'ein meshalmin es hakoifer. They don't pay koifer. If they accuse someone that had an ox moored, and he has to pay koifer, they don't get punished with a koifer. Meaning, let's go to the posuk. There is a posuk in Parshas Mishpatim that says the following: if someone has a ox, a bull, and it killed a person, what do? You stone the ox, and you do not eat the flesh. But the person that owned the ox, they is clean. It's clear because it's an accident that happened. However, if it is shoyer nagochu, if the ox, the bull, is being warned already, the boss, the owner, was warned already yesterday and before yesterday. In other words, he was already warned 3 times. So he's considered a mu'ad. V'hu'ad b'volav. It's called a shoyer mu'ad. And nevertheless, the owner didn't watch him, and he went and killed a person, isha. Then Asher Yisokel, but become a be'olov yumos. But however, the owner has to die, and Rashi says right away, be'olov yumos, he said, bidei shomayim, that he gets punished, and he has to be be'olov yumos. Okay. And then the Torah continues Im Käufer Yushas Olov, you should give the person that the ox killed someone, they have to give a ransom on themselves. It should be leviate upon him. Yushas Olov. I'm emphasizing Yushas. Yushas Olov should be leviate upon him, v'nosan pidyon nafshoy, and he should give the redemption, the pidyon of his nefesh, as much as he's going to be leviate upon him, whatever is going to be judged against him, that's what he's going to have to give. Okay, so that's the posuk. So by mu'ed, by shoyer mu'ed, there is a halacha. The Torah says that the person has to give a koifer a ransom. What happens if the eidim come and says that this person had an ox, and this ox was a shoyer mu'ed, already warned a few times, we know that, and this shoyer mu'ed killed someone. What do you want from this person now? The person is chayv misa b'dei shamayim according to those false eidos, those accusers. But they are going to take out from him koifer, redemption, money, right? Says the Gemoro, as ein mishalmin es koifer, they don't pay the koifer that they wanted to take out of this person. Then there is one more thing, the fourth thing, ve'ein nimkorin be'eved ivri, they do not get sold as an eved ivri, the Jewish slave, meaning they come and claim that this person stole money, and this person does not have money now to pay up. So what do? Comes the mishpat, the shoftim, and they say, okay, you don't have money to pay up, so we're going to sell you. We're going to sell that person for an eved ivri, for a Jewish slave. He should make money to be able to sell back. Like it says in the posuk, ve'im ein lo, if he doesn't have, ve'nimkar b'gneivoso, he should be sold, and his theft. This eidim was after the mishpat said that this person that they accused, that he should be sold at an eved ivri. Those eidim later were found out by other eidim. Hazomer contradict them and said that they are eidim zoimimim, and they never been in that place that they say that they know that this person stole the money. So you would think that they should get now the punishment that they wanted to give on this person. So you say no. We do not sell them. We don't punish them. This is what they wanted to do to this person, and we don't sell them as an eved ivri. Now, do they have money? Don't they have money? What's going on? We're going to discuss that in the Gemoro later on. Okay. Then there's a fifth thing. Mishum Rabbi Akiva Omru. They brought down in the name of Rabbi Akiva one more thing. Af ein mishalmin al pi atzmi. Also, they do not pay on their own if they admit. If the eidim zoimimim come and they said, let's say, we are eidim zoimimim. How? We were in a place and we accused someone that he owes money, and then we were found to be liars because we were really eidim zoimimim, and two other eidim came and said that it's not possible, and they passed on us that we are eidim zoimimim. Yeah, but no one mishpat us because they ran away and they came now to another place and they said we were found to be eidim zoimimim somewhere else. They do not pay on their own admissions. This is the first thing, the fifth thing from the name of Rabbi Akiva. The Gemoro is going to explain that also more in detail. Okay, now we tackle that slowly one by one. The first thing that we said, Ein asin ben gerusha ben chalutza, says the Gemoro, this that we said, Ein asin ben gerusha ben chalutza kidamoron, like we explained earlier, that it said in the posuk, vasistem loy kashet zomam, loy veloy lezaroi, and therefore you can't make them for a ben gerusha ben chalutza, like it said in the Mishnah and explained before in the Gemara. Okay. Second thing, the ein goy l'ori miklot, that they aid him when they accuse someone, they don't go out to the ori miklot kidamoron. As we said earlier, We explained earlier on the Mishnah, the Gemoro says, from Rish Lakish Tomar, it said in Pasuk, Hu Yonus, he should run away, him, and not the Zoymamin. Okay. The third thing is, Vein Mishalmin is a koifer. They don't pay koifer. Koifer, as we explained before, is when they accuse someone to have an ox mu'at. Mu'at means already 3 times before he was warned, and he didn't watch it. You might wonder, by the way, how is it possible after the first time you have to kill the ox? So how is it possible that you have 3 times? You should have killed him. This ox should have been already gone. So this is a whole page in the Gemoro, but we comment the more. Anyway, but we're not getting into that. The bottom line is now, there is a situation where the shiur could be a mu'at after, but at the end, when we didn't get rid of the shiur that killed already. And this is a wild animal. The guy owns a wild animal and he's not watching it. That's what they say. And they accuse someone. However, they were found to be Eidim Zoymamin. I say, no. They don't pay the ransom. Why? Says the Gemoro, Ksovri, Kufre Kapora. This Bryce that says that they don't pay Mishamas HaKoifer, they hold that when someone pays Pidyon and Nafshoy, he pays ransom on himself, Pidyon and Nafshoy, it's not because he owns money, because now that he killed a person, so he has to pay to the Yoshim money. No, he has to pay Kapor, it's to be Mechaper himself. Pidyon Nafshoy, he has to have Misa B'dei Shomayim, and instead that he is giving now, he's paying money, Kufra Kapora. That's why it's called, this money is called Kufra Kapora. V'hani, La B'nei Kapora Ninu. And the Eidim, the Eidus, Zoymamin, that they wanted to take out money from him, they don't have an ox. They don't have Lechatchila an ox to be in a situation they should need Kapora. You know, you might wonder, what do you mean? But the bottom line is they wanted to accuse this person to pay money. So what do I care? This the Ritva brings it down. And also there's Tetushan, there's a few other, the Rishonim has this. So the Ritva frag, the bottom line is they wanted to take out money from him. So what do I care? Call it Kufa Kapor, Kufa Mamoino, but they want to take out money from him, and now you're telling me that they don't have to pay back what they wanted? But the answer is, yeah, in Pashut words is, if the money is a kapora, so you can't really take out from a person when they own it, when they owe it, you can't take it out from them. They owe the money, but the person cannot come and say, you know, if you don't pay up, we're going to take away things from you. No, it's a kapora. It's not mamon, it's not chayev. So the same thing over here, the Eidim can say, maybe he wouldn't pay. We accused him that he has to pay kapora. And we don't have this avera of kapora. We have an avera of wanting to take out something, accusing someone. We said a lie. We are Eidim Shkorim, but we don't have the idea of having an ox that killed, and we should have kapora. So that's, the Gemoro said that's this Bryce holds kufre kapora, v'ana lebele kapora nin. Asks the Gemoro, man tana kufre kapora. Who holds that kufre kapora? Where is the tana? So now we're going to learn a machloikes from Rav Chisda and Rav Papa. Omar Rav Chisda, so Rav Chisda says, you know who holds that kufre kapora? Rabbi Shmuel b'noi shel Rabbi Yochanan ben Broikehi. It is Rabbi Shmuel, the son of Rabbi Yochanan, which is the son of Broike. Rabbi Shmuel, the grandchild of Broike, Rabbi Shmuel, the son of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broike. He holds that kufre kapora. The Tanya, because we learned in a Bryce, and the pasuk that we just mentioned before from the Shiur Muad, it says, in Koifer Yushas Olov, if the person, their ox, killed someone, that they have to pay a ransom, they have to be redeeming themselves. How? In Koifer Yushas Olov, and Osan Pidyo in a Nafshoy. Says the Gemoro, that Bryce is said like this, the Tanya. But Osan Pidyo in a Nafshoy, they should give, redeem his soul. He should redeem his soul. How much should he pay? The May, nizik. He has to pay the amount of the person that he killed. He killed a person. So obviously life is, there's no monetary on life. But if we want to come to value, we can value now the person that got killed. How much would he be worth when he's alive to sell him as a slave? How much is he worth? And this money he has to pay to redeem his soul. The main nizik. That's the Tanakama, that's the Chachomim that say that he has to pay the amount of the nizik. However, Rabbi Shmuel, Rabbi Shmuel, the son of Rabbi Yochanan, says no. You know what he has to pay? The Mei Mazik. He has to pay the amount of himself. His ox that killed, so he has to pay as much as he's worth. They value how much is this owner of the ox. If they would want to sell him as a slave, how much would he be worth? And they have to pay the Mei Mazik. My love, says Reb Chisda, what do you think? What do you think they're arguing? Why is the Chachomim say the Mei Nizik? They have to pay as much as the one that got killed. And why is Rabbi Shmuel ben Breke saying that you should pay the Mei Mazik, the Mei himself? My love, don't you think in that they argue? What did they argue? The Marsovar who from a moino. The Chachomim hold, the Tanakama holds that this ransom that they're giving, this koifer that we're asking them is mamoino. It's paying damages. Someone broke a window. Someone broke someone else's property. So they have to pay damages as much as it's worth. His ox killed someone. You have to pay the damages of that person. Mamoino. Umar Sovar. However, the other one is Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika. He holds kufra kapora. He holds koifer is kaporo. And being that it's a kaporo, so what kaporo does he have to give? His own. He has to redeem his nefesh. His nefesh is, therefore he says, the Mei Mazik. Okay. That's why Rabbi Chisda said, who holds kufra kapora? Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika. Comes now Rabbi Yochanan, Rav Papa, Omar Rav Papa, said Rav Papa, loy. There's no, you don't have to insist that it's only Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika. It could be that it's also the Chachomim. It could be also Tanakama. Why do you have to say that there's a machloikes in that? I would say both agree that it's kufra kapora. Sure enough, you can't tell me that both hold kufra mamoino. Kufra mamoino means you have to pay the damages. Obviously, that Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika holds that you have to pay to Mei Mazik. Mazik cannot be mamoino. Mamoino, he killed someone. So that makes sense. If I would say mamoino, could be only the Tanakama, only the Chachomim. Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika, then I would agree with you, it would be a machloikas. But I'm going to tell you more than that. There's no machloikas, you know why? And then I could say that both hold kufra kapora. Loi no. The Kula Alma, both, not only Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika, do you say because he said to me, Madri Kufra Kapora, both hold Kufra Kapora. If you're tell me both hold Kufra Kapora, so why do the Chachomim say that he should pay Dmei Mazik? Then he should pay Dmei Nizik. Ve'hochon over here, behokom ifligi. They're arguing this case in debt. What in debt? Mar Sovar. The Chachomim says, yeah, it's kufra kapora. He has to give a koifer to redeem himself. Nevertheless, how much? Should give as much as the nizik, the guy that got killed, and they should give this to the Yorshim. He's paying to the Yorshim, let him give him this, but it's kufra kapora. Umar Sovar, Rabbi Shmuel ben Broika says, no. If he pays kufra kapora, then he pays with the mazik shayminon. We measure as much as the mazik. Says the Gemoro, if that's the case, my tamai the Rabbonon. Why take the Rabbonon don't hold? If he said kufra kaporo, so why would the Rabbonon not hold like Rabbi Shmuel ben Rabbi Yochanan to say it should be the Mei Mazik? Why do they say that you give the Mei Nizik if it's kufra kaporo? Says the Gemoro, because they learned that out from a posuk. What do you mean they learn it out from the pasuk? In the same place when it says in koifer yushas olav, that expression they also say a little earlier. A few psukim earlier, it says like this. If people are going to have a quarrel, they're going to have a fight, and they're going to hit Isha Horo, an expecting woman, a woman that's pregnant, and she will have a miscarriage. However, it's not going to be a tragedy, not going to be a fatality, because the woman is going to stay alive. What should you do? You should punish that person that damaged the woman and caused her for having miscarriage. How much? Kasher Yoshis Olav Balo Isho. Yoshis, as much as the husband will alleviate, as the husband is going to put on it's going to demand from them that they should pay, and the judges will pay this. So this is said Yoshis. Okay. And now by koifer, if we learned over here, if you go down over here and it says im koifer yushas olav, yushas, the same expression. So the same way as over here we said that when they cause a miscarriage, it said kasher yoshis olav balo isha. What do they have to pay? They have to pay the damages of the miscarriage of the babies. The same thing over here when it says yushas olav. It says the chachomim goes also on the nizik. It says the Gemoro like this: Nemar hashoso lemailo. It said hashoso where before we said before a few lines earlier. It says bayotzu yelodeo kasher yoshis olav balo isho. Yoshis, you use the same expression, Yoshis, and where is over there? It means for the babies, for the nizik, for the damages. V'nemar hashoso lemato, and it said over here on the bottom, a few lines down the bottom, it says also kasher yushas, koifer yushas olov. Mala halon by the nizik, the same way as you said over there that it goes by the nizik, by the woman. How much it's worth, you estimate of the babies. The same thing over here, aftan, but the nizik. So the same thing over here, it goes by the nizik, the man that passed away. Okay. So that's why they said with the nizik, but really it's kufre kapor. So if so, now the question is Rabbi Shmuel, why does he not say, it says clear, hashos and hashos. So even though it's not a gzer shova, but why can't you compare? Rabbi Shmuel. So why does Rabbi Shmuel says the Gemoro, Rabbi Shmuel? It says bullshit. V'nosan pidyon and nafshoy ksiv. It said he should give redemption of his own. Nafshoy. Nafshoy means his own. If so, now the question is on the Rabbonon. V'Rabbonon. It says the Gemoro v'Rabbonon. And what do the Rabbonon say? It says pidyon nafshoy. It says the Gemoro and emes. True, pidyon nafshoy ksiv. It says take pidyon nafshoy, but that's that he should give his redemption. He should give a ransom to redeem for pidyon. Miu, nevertheless, kishaiminon. When you want to damage, what do you estimate? But the netik shaiminon, it's pidyon nafshoy, and you redeem him. But how with the person, the nizik shayminon, with the nizik shayminon. So Rav Popper says that we can say that kufre kapora according to everyone, even though Rav Chizitz wanted to say at Rabbi Shmuel ben Beroika, or according to Rav Popper, it would be befitting according to also the Tanakama, and the reason that ein mishalmen is a koifer by edim zoymemin, because it's kufro kaporo, the money lechatchila that they wanted to take out in their life is something that's only kufro kaporo, and because it's kufro kaporo and they don't have an ox, they don't have the fault to be able to have kaporo, and therefore ein mishalmen as ha koifer. We'll leave it by that.